The Way Home gives us 3 generations of the Landry family navigating love across decades, sometimes literally across centuries. And I honestly think the real lives of the people who play them are every bit as fascinating as anything happening in Port Haven. Because this cast has romances that involve opera singers, Saudi activist musicians, swimwear designers, and a love story that just ended after 25 years that I was not at all prepared to read about. Let's talk about the real-life partners of the Way Home cast. Starting with the news that dropped just 3 weeks ago, and honestly shook me. And ending with the detail about Sadie Laflamme-Snow's boyfriend that I genuinely did not see coming. First, Chyler Leigh, because this is the story that every Way Home fan needs to know right now. The Way Home and Grey's Anatomy star Chyler Leigh has revealed she split from her husband Nathan West after more than 25 years together. 25 years. They met when Chyler was 16 years old and Nathan was 20, both auditioning for the same failed WB pilot called Saving Graces. And they never really stopped being in each other's lives from that moment forward. They married in 2002. They have 3 children together, son Noah and daughters Taylin and Aniston, who just turned 17. Chyler opened up about the split on the Books That Changed My Life podcast episode, which dropped on May 12, 2026. The first time she had ever discussed the end of the marriage publicly, and what she said was honest in the way you only get to be honest after you have processed something completely. She told the host, "What you want and what I want aren't really lining up anymore. And I'd rather us be on good terms and not harbor the resentment and the anger. It's not worth it." When it becomes so abundantly apparent, and the kids are picking up on it, it just shifts the mood and the dynamic of everything. And then she said something that connects directly to the Way Home in a way I find genuinely beautiful. She said that being part of the Way Home has helped her heal and envision a brighter future, a show about women healing, a show about a family finding its way back to each other, carrying Chyler Leigh through the end of her own 25-year love story. I honestly think that is one of the most quietly meaningful things I have read about this show all season. She and Nathan are amicable and co-parenting their 3 children, and I want to say something about that specifically, because ending a 25-year relationship amicably, choosing to prioritize your children's peace over the satisfaction of being right, is one of the hardest things 2 people can do. And the fact that Chyler can sit on a podcast and say the words "my ex-husband" and then in the same breath say we're doing all the things we can, that tells you who she is. On screen and off it. Now, Andie MacDowell. And I love her answer to every question about her love life so much that I want it on a poster. MacDowell was married twice. First to Paul Qualley from 1986 to 1999, with whom she shares 3 children, including actress Margaret Qualley. Then to Rhett Hartzog from November 2001 to 2004. And after that, she decided she was done letting love be something she pursued. She said at a Hallmark event in January 2025, "My life is so full. If love came into my life, I'd take it. I just don't need to hunt for it." And then she added, "I'm very satisfied with my life. I don't think anything's missing for me." That is Del Landry energy in real life. A woman who has loved and lost and rebuilt and chosen herself so completely that contentment is not a consolation prize. It is the actual destination. I honestly think Andie MacDowell saying those words is one of the most mature and confident things any actress has said about being single in recent memory. Now, Evan Williams. who plays the most complicated romantic figure in the entire show, and whose real life is considerably more settled than anything Elliot Gaston has been managing in the 1920s. Evan Williams married singer and actress Rotana Tarabzuni in June 2024, and I want to spend a moment on who Rotana actually is, because she is not just an actress. Rotana is a Saudi-born singer and songwriter known for her bold artistic voice. Their marriage brought together two creative individuals from different cultural backgrounds. She is a performer and activist who has spent her career pushing boundaries in ways that have earned her both international recognition and genuine criticism. In 2015, she was named as one of the BBC 100 Women, a list that recognizes the most influential and inspirational women across the world. They are extremely private together. Their only public appearance as a couple took place in January 2024 at the season 2 premiere of The Way Home in New York City. That is it. One red carpet, 2 years of marriage otherwise kept entirely behind closed doors, and I honestly find that kind of privacy deeply romantic. Two people who clearly have full and fascinating lives, simply choosing not to make their relationship a performance for anyone else. Now, Sadie Laflamme-Snow, and the detail that made me genuinely stop and smile. Laflamme-Snow, who portrays Kat's daughter Alice, has been dating opera singer Cameron Martin since at least April 2023, an opera singer. The actress who plays a teenager who writes original songs and hides behind other people's music is dating a professional opera singer in real life. And I honestly think that is the most perfectly themed real-life relationship on this entire cast list. Alice Dewan's entire character arc this season has been about finding her own voice. And Sadie is out here living the musical love story off screen, while Alice is still working up to it on screen. Sadie is 25 years old, unlike the character she plays, who is still a teenager. And she shares occasional sweet snapshots of her relationship with Cam on Instagram, but keeps the details mostly private. From what her social media shows, they seem genuinely happy, and I want her to have that. She has been carrying this entire show's emotional weight every single episode of season 4, and she deserves every quiet, happy moment she gets. And Spencer McPherson, who plays the prodigal son Jacob Landry, returning to Port Haven after years away. His real life is considerably more romantically resolved than Jacob's story has ever been. Spencer McPherson married swimwear designer Paige McPherson on October 25, 2024. Their black and white themed wedding took place at the Harding Waterfront Estate in Ontario, Canada. A black and white themed wedding at a waterfront estate in Ontario. That sounds like exactly the kind of wedding you would expect from someone who grew up playing characters on shows set in the Canadian countryside. Spencer is 28 years old and by all accounts genuinely happy with the life he has built alongside the show he has been part of since the very beginning. And one more, because this detail deserves its own moment. Marnie MacDowell, who plays Del's best friend Rita Richards throughout the entire run of this show, has one of the most quietly cinematic love stories on the entire cast list. Marnie MacDowell met her husband, actor Reed Diamond, on the set of the 2002 film Scared Silent. They married on October 8, 2004 in Ireland and share one daughter. They met on set. They got married in Ireland. And then, because apparently this is who these two people are, both MacDowell and Diamond are musically inclined. They were members of the rock band Chuck Valiant, with MacDowell as lead singer and Diamond playing guitar. Two actors who fell in love on set, and then formed a rock band together. That is a love story this show did not script, and it is somehow the most perfectly Sullivan's crossing adjacent romance on the entire list. The Way Home Season 4 airs every Sunday at 9 p.m. on Hallmark Channel, with 3 episodes remaining before this series finale. All episodes stream the next day on Hallmark Plus. And seasons 1 through 3 are on Netflix right now if you want to start from the very beginning of the Landry family story. Drop a comment and tell me, did Chyler Leigh and Nathan West's split surprise you? And which real-life relationship from this cast surprised you most? Because the opera singer and the Saudi activist musician were both genuinely unexpected to me. And I love this cast even more for all of it.